Yo, what's good, yo? So, as I said, right, about the human thing, that like the human effect, right? So, this is how it works, right? So, you understand that as humans, right, we are basically the representation of all the colors, separated, right? We are a representation of every color separated. So, if you can mix all of our colors, right, and races in terms of color, you're gonna realize that we make up the same color that the rainbow makes, when the colors of the rainbow are mixed up together, just on a lower spectrum, you know, because it's gonna be a lot more darker, or a lot more visible. So now a lot of people, right, they just wanna stay indoor, they just wanna stay inside and be with people that they are familiar with, right? But for me, I'm gonna tell you right now, for me, this is what I discovered, right? That like when you don't feel like doing anything, right, or when you feel like you are at a low, the only thing to do is to go outside. Why? Because so that you can remember some important things. So what are you gonna remember? So when you go outside, right, you're just gonna go, with no preconceived whatever. You're just gonna go with a clear mind, right, or with whatever that's on your mind. And then when you go outside, you're gonna look at the plants and everything, or even people, and then from there, your mind is just gonna naturally unfold, because as you walk around, right, your mind is starting to observe that, okay, I've been locked inside myself, right, and it's because of why I'm not open enough, I'm not open to the world, So I know a lot of people don't go through that much of a degree of a low, You can only get to a certain level, or you can only, struggle so much, and that's the baseline. But like for others, right, they go very deep into their lows to the point where they can't even get out of, So for me, right, like the only thing that makes sense, right, that it's gonna work is this effect, because think about it, right? When you go outside, you're gonna see all these kinds of people, right, and all these kinds of things, and by default, your mind is gonna go back to its default state, rather than if you was gonna be around the same environment or closed up, right, or in an environment with people you don't like, right? That energy, sharing the same energy with negative people, right? That thing is gonna make you crazy, more crazy than it seems. So that's why I'm trying to advise most of you guys, right? That the only way you can actually heal yourself, right, of everything is to go outside, so that you can every aspect of yourself, right, can experience itself. So like for example, if you are sick, right, mentally, and you are always indoor, your mind has no outlets, it has no input or outlets that it can refer to and say, okay, this is how I probably need to be for me to be okay or to be expanded. So when you're closed up, it's only subjected to whatever that is in that, place that you're in. So by default, you're gonna be those things. You're gonna be that wall that you are locked up in. You're gonna be that TV that you're always watching. So I know a lot of you people, you just want things to come to you, right? But that's not how life works. You have to go outside. That's the first rule. Go outside, right? Because I know a lot of you guys, like what you want in life, right? But you think it's gonna come to you. But besides that, right? That's not what I mean when I talk about the outside effect. So the outside effect basically it says that anybody, right? Or like I said, humans are just different spectrums of color, like the rainbow, like the trees, like the everything, right? But we are just our own, unique kind of color. So now, when you go outside, right, just on a regular, every day actually, because that's what we are supposed to. When you go outside, and no matter if you have a plan or not, just know that the universe has a plan for you, even if you don't have a plan yourself. The universe has always got a plan for you. So now, when you go outside, right, as I said, you're gonna start, and this thing is gonna work mostly if you are in a low state, right? Because if you are already at a high vibration as a human, right, It's, you're not gonna feel that much of an effect because by default, I know anybody who's high vibrational, right? They love being outside. They love seeing nature like this. They love being around nature. So now, this is for people who don't want to go outside like completely, right? If you feel like going outside is gonna make you more depressed, that's the thought that's making you more depressed right there. So my idea is to say, okay, go outside, right? And then you're gonna start to see all these facets of yourself, right? These pieces of yourself outside, and like I said, obviously when you go outside, there's a lot of variety than when you are being with whatever that you're being familiar with. So some of them obviously, hola, hola, some of them are gonna be a lot more challenging. But as you go outside, the more you be outside, the more these facets that resonate with you, that you should be aligned with for your own spiritual evolution, right? The more they become clear, especially if you are somebody who loves nature, right? These things they're gonna become so clear that you know what you need to do everything. And money, all the other things, they won't be a problem because by default you are on the path, you know. So like don't confuse. This YouTube channel is not my path. But for me, I just take out my time, right, just to share some information with people, so that I can help you to get out of whatever that you are going through, because there's 7 billion people, and outside right now is probably like a million because COVID got a lot of people mindset fucked up. So they think that now they have to abide by those standards and all that for them to do their thing. But like sometimes some things you have to just for the value of everyone, right? But like I'm talking about if you as an individual you have a goal, you have a dream, right? You want to achieve something. You as an individual, if you have that kind of thing in your life, but you are still stuck at home, you don't want to go outside, right? Then I'm telling you guys, once you can go outside, you're gonna thank yourself because you're gonna realize that everything that I've been looking for, yes, it's within, right? But the inspiration is outside. You know, the inspiration is always. Let me not say it's always outside, but the external world is the muse, is the amusement. Is the and the internal world is the amazement. The amazing world. You know, and the external is the amusing, the inspirational. This is the aspirational, the A, the I. So like, but anyway, guys, it's not even about that. What I was saying is just that the more you go outside, right, the more you'll be able to blend in with the colors. From a larger spectrum to a lower spectrum, from your mindset to how you act and behave in the environment. Than if you are indoor and not going outside, you will never have the opportunity to meet up with those aspects of yourself. So that's the human effect. It says anybody who dares to go outside will know themselves, you know, or at least aspects of themselves, think about people who got out of the caves, right? The first people who went out of the caves. Those are the people that I'm talking about that experience this human effect, firsthand. Because by by that time, right, nobody knew nothing. It was like life was just life. So people were impulsive. So now think about the person who went outside, right? Who was like, okay, now I'm gonna go outside. I won't depend on this cave for my survival. Those are the people like me. So you gotta think about it. That like if you are always indoor and not going outside, how much alive are you? You know? Because everybody that I see outside right now is 100% alive. It shows they are living. They are working, they are doing their things. But if you are indoor always depending on this COVID mindset, right, you will never succeed. You will never achieve your goals, and you're gonna regret. So, anyway, keep this all in the building, man. See you on the next one, man.